Here on Jonyp Uncensored, it's Jonyp with Martin Screw.
Welcome everybody back to Jonyp Uncensored. I'm your main host, Jonyp, and today is the first interview with two people, two Cordoba men, Maaj and Screw. How are we doing today?
I'm
Yo,
doing
yo.
good. I'm doing
We're
really
doing
good.
well.
Nice, thank you for coming. You both wanted to do it. We're here to talk about Cordoba, your home, basically, because you all of you have booked yourself a spot in the final. Did you even think you'd reach that far?
To be honest, yeah, bro. Like, people would doubt us so much. There was a whole scandal going on, like, not even too long ago. But I always had my mindset on that we were gonna reach the finals. When we saw our run, like the people we had to face, we weren't really stressed. We thought it was gonna be like calm and easy.
You faced Rome, then Montsevier, then Nordmir, and now in their final. Did you ever think to struggle? Probably what people were saying, your biggest opponent was Montsevier. Did you even think you'd win like by that margin, or?
It's like we never really we knew they were a good team, but we obviously knew we were better, and it was just really simple to just basically trick them by losing games throughout the week to them, and we would hope that they would get overconfident, which is what happened, and then just play our game and beat them with a high score.
I feel like, if I'm going to be honest, so before the whole league match, right, we had been losing friendlies to them. So I knew it was going to be a really competitive match. But I feel like what the main difference maker in that match was the composure that we had. Like, we went EU first region, and you could just tell that some of them were shaky. And we took advantage of that. We dropped 2 goals, and we just kept pushing with the momentum.
Incredible. That's a funny tactic to lose to them on purpose, but I guess it wasn't on purpose. This just sounds like what Marsh said. But talking about Dynamo now, do you have the higher chance to win, or are you just gonna go out on it just full intuitive, just go and see what happens?
I think we have a big chance on winning. They usually fall into pressure a lot. We know how they play since we're always with them as well. We're like really close friends. So I think it might be a close game, but you never know.
What do you think? What do you both think the score will be for this match?
Screw, you can go first.
I'm going to have to go 2-1 to Cordoba. That's just my thoughts.
I would say it goes 1-1 for like the first 2 halves, and then on extra time we beat them 3-1.
3-1. Talking about that too, who do you think is the player you're gonna have to lock up most, or give most attention? The most dangerous player in Dynamo for that final?
I'd say Brodev. Brodev is a really, really good player. He's really skilled. He's the most composed on their team, so we're gonna have to watch him a lot.
Any comments, Screw?
Yeah, I would also say Brodev. I won't lie. I mean, the goal that he scored against Milano was just pure class. I mean, getting space from his defender like that, and then putting that knuckle right where you want it in the top left corner. I feel like another person that we watch out is CBA. I mean, that guy, he's such a good goalkeeper. I mean, he sustained at least 10 Milano attacks in that second leg. Had probably 2 to 3 beautiful saves, but I feel like those 2.
That's it. Now talking about a bit more about the RFL, not just your upcoming match. For both of you, who do you think the best player is in RFL? Question I ask everybody.
In RFL right now?
Right now.
I wouldn't say there's a best player. I think everyone's somewhat like equal-ish. But one that stands out a lot is Abzi. To me, Abzi is like a really, really smart player. A really techie player as well. I can't really think of anybody else that's as composed as that guy. But yeah.
Screw, do you have a different opinion?
In my opinion, Abzi's really good. I mean, I feel like there's so many equal amazing players. I mean, you've got Mez, Insanity, Abzi. I mean, even Breaking's up there, but also some defenders too. I mean, like Patty, he's world class, and I feel like it's just too equal to call like a certain player is the best in RFL.
Now about this other point, not just players, I got the opinion of two people that everybody knows, but everybody knows you two the same, but not. But I wanted to get the opinion of someone that wasn't involved in big controversy. Do you think that the RFL is an organized league?
I'd say RFL is somewhat well ran. I think sometimes there's like parts where they just don't give like hype to other teams. For example, us on the media, we're not really talked about. We've had like 4 like news articles or whatever, while other teams like Milano or Horta are getting like 5 per like day, or well, that's exaggerating it, but like 5 per week. And it's like, I don't know. I just think the NA side of RFL is really underrated, or like, you know, which is not talked about as much. But then it comes with like the mods as well. With the mods, there's some mods I remember hearing Kezin say that don't do anything. There's a few mods that actually don't do anything, and then there's some that are very annoying, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say names, but I think they just gotta improve a little bit in some criterias, and then it'd be a very top league.
Oh yeah,
I would agree with a lot. I mean, I think besides the whole Greasy, Flacco, Scandal, and Saitama and all that, I feel like it's gotten a little bit better. I would say some of the mods are questionable. I mean, we had the 6 EST incident a couple of days ago, which was a little crazy. And then I feel like I feel like I feel like the NA is very
power of editing will come in handy.
Yo. Oh my god, bro.
That's never happened. Wow.
Why is this? Oh my god, there is some.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, RFL, it's had some very questionable scandals. I mean, you had the Flacco and Greasy scandal where some stuff involved in the group, and Saitama's not really developing anymore, but I feel like it's gotten better. But I also would agree with Maaj that a lot of the NA, I feel like, is overshadowed. I mean, Kezin feels like NA are way superior compared to EU, and he's expressed that in the RFL chat in general over time. But I feel like RFL is got a lot of potential, and I feel like it can continue developing. I feel like it could be really something special.
This will probably be the last time that I ever mention this point, but do you think, just because the same reason that I asked that, do you think that the recent unbannings of those 6 players, including Kezin, were fair? The reason, good behavior?
I mean, no, but I also feel like I don't really have a say. I mean, it's their league, it's their choices. I mean, all we have to do is just look forward to winning preseason and doing the best we can and put our names out there. But do I agree with the unbanning reason? No, but I respect their decisions, and I feel like that's all I can really say.
It was really controversial as well, because like Kezin was banned for racism or whatever. Everyone knows he's like, or people think he's a cheater. And then you have Earwax, who's done nothing. Like, he did nothing to get banned, and then just got banned for good behavior after doing nothing. So it's just weird.
All right, you were talking about just focusing on winning preseason. Hell, I'll get back to Dynamo. You did say that you didn't see Dynamo as rivals and you were really good friends. How big is that friendship? If you were to give an example.
We've been friends for like 7 months now, maybe more. We met in IFA. Screw was already friends with like a few Dynamo players. They had an IFA team, and I was in Micro's team. I don't know if you know who Micro is, but I was in his team. I got kicked out of there, and then I joined Screw, and that's where our like friendship started. And we started winning a lot in IFA.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
apologies.
summarize a little bit. So I was friends, Rodev. I've been friends with him for probably 2 years now. We came from TPS into RF. We made a team. I was friends with Tacky, and that got us into IFA. We made Liverpool. We played Maaj a lot because he was in Maker's team, and we had a rivalry going there. A bunch of scandals because of that. But then we just became friends ever since, and you know, we play games all the time. We played games yesterday night, all that. Yeah, it's a great friendship. I mean, I love those guys in Dynamo, man.
I bet it's not gonna be a really big final of tension that we were expecting. Now a bit of a question about this. We know that this interview isn't basically related to Italy. We've decided to go on global. How do you think ExtraTime Italy is doing right now?
You guys are doing really well, bro. Like, there's really not no other league that's doing anything. I mean, I kind of have high hopes for Sean, like, running Spain. But apart from that, like, you guys are doing amazing, bro.
Yeah, you guys are doing really well. I mean, I feel like it's you guys and a Sean that are probably the best employees that can run stuff and everything. You guys do really well. So props to you guys.
I appreciate that. I'm sure BSUI does as well. Now, the time I usually give everybody, I'll give each one to one of you. Maaj, Screw. Maaj, you can go first if you want. I'll give you time now to say anything you want to anyone. Go all out.
I mean, shit. Fuck Saitama. He's a bitch. We're gonna win RFL preseason. And I love Ducky. Yeah.
I would just have to say, we're winning preseason, and people are gonna finally come to realize that the NA region is way better than the EU. And I know Cousin's gonna be a little unsettled by that, but we're coming for EU. So.
All right, that's probably the end of both of you. That's also the end of me. This has been Jonyp Uncensored. I'm Johnny P, your main host, and I'll see you all next time.